So before I dive into the unboxing of this computer, I would like to actually say that yes, there are quite a few unboxing of this computer out there already from many other well-known channels out there, and my channel is by no means well known. It's just a very, very small channel, but I feel like making this video because I feel like some of you guys could benefit from this if you're looking to buy a computer, simply because, you know, an unfortunate thing that happened to me a few weeks ago is theft on the train, and it was a MacBook Pro that they stolen. It's not like I wasn't careful, I was, but it's just that I was also traveling with quite a few luggages, like 4 or 5 luggages, and having to take care of many luggages, and also there were chaos also happening in the train, that particular train. It's just chaotic. But let me first yeah, get into the unboxing of this computer. Just peeling it for the first time. Yeah, and then it's not like I didn't have insurance on that computer. I did have insurance, but after claiming it, they were like, sorry, it only covers tablet and mobile devices, even though I bought the insurance for computer, and they were well aware of it. But then again, it's just a typical insurance thing. And obviously, you know, with the recent pass away of, well, you guys don't know, but like with the recent pass away of my mom and everything, and a lot of my projects had to be canceled, things like that, and just, oh, very not so clean. There are a few dust spots in there, but a lot of projects had to be canceled. Ooh, this is nice. I've never owned a MacBook Air in my life, but this is pretty nice. It feels heavier than the previous generation. My dad has the previous generation MacBook Air that he's using for his work, but don't quote me on it. For me, it just feels heavier than that, but still much, much lighter than my MacBook Pro that was stolen, or yeah. And this is what I really, really love. Look at how small this power brick is. I don't know if you can see. This camera doesn't have like a fully articulated screen, and I'm not at home right now, so yeah, I don't have extra monitor or anything, but yeah. Okay, it reminds me a lot about the previous iPhone adapters, like power adapters, because like the really, really early generation iPhone power adapters just a tiny bit smaller than this one, and this really brings back a lot of memory of that. And with a lot of traveling that I have for the future that's coming up, you know, having such a smaller power brick is really, really nice. Because on the MacBook Pro that I have, the power brick is, here it is. I still have the charger for it. Yeah, look at that without the cable. Well, the cable's still plugged into it, but that's so much smaller. So yeah, and yeah, this is just, well, USB-C, it's nothing new. I do wish that, well, I do miss the MagSafe, but then again, for the smaller footprint and also being able to travel easier, it's not nice that, you know, the stuff with the thief happened, and the police say that they cannot do anything about it simply because it's not their job. They don't find stuff. Oh, stickers. I've never really used Apple stickers. I have a lot of them because I keep a lot of their I keep all of their packaging, but a lot of stickers just ends up in the box because I'm not a big fan of stickers, to be honest with you. But yeah. Ooh, that is a nicer feeling than the previous Macs. But yeah, I heard a lot of positive things about this MacBook Air. When it first came out, there were a lot of skepticism, and with the reviews from the past 2 months, I really changed my opinions on it because there were a lot of positive reviews since, you know, Apple made a lot of updates to the MacBook and everything. And whoa, it's really light. But anyway, I just got back from, oops. Ooh. Actually, it's only quarter way, but let me do the rest. Ta-da! Oh my god. Well, I wasn't planning to start it up just to show you guys the display, but since, you know, it's powering up, you guys can also witness this with me. But yeah. English? No, English UK, please. Next. Wi-Fi. Okay, I think I'll get back to you later in a bit. Oh, the battery is also almost full. That's pretty cool. It's really light. Oh my god. I'm really looking forward to actually edit a lot of my stuff on here. 13-inch you know, I will need to get used to the 13-inch because I'm coming from the 15-inch. Today I just had a graduation shoot, and this video will also be edited on this machine. I mainly use Final Cut Pro, so to be honest, I'm really looking forward to edit like my videos on this particular machine because I heard that the M1 chip is just so powerful. My previous MacBook Pro was just like a quad-core i7, 16 gig of RAM. Yeah, model. It's not the i9, it's just the quad-core i7. But this is the M1, and it's the base model with 8 gigs of RAM. But I heard that for Final Cut Pro, especially if you're not editing higher than 4K, it's pretty good. And my kind of 4K is not like a Red Raw 4K or Canon Log 4K. It's, if anything, just Fujifilm Log 4K, so it's not too power consuming. But it's also not as detailed as something like the Canon Log in 4K of their C300, for example, or the Red cameras. But yeah, so, well, I just finished setting up the manual setup for my account and everything, and now it's just loading all the information and just pretty much setting up the computer. I don't know why, but like for some reason it does feel a little bit longer than, you know, if you were to buy the MacBook from, I don't know, 2008 or 2007, and it feels more fun, and it also feels faster with those MacBooks or MacBook Pros when you just type in, and then there's this short video of different welcomes in different languages, and here it's just pretty much straightforward but a little bit more boring, but at the same time also feels like take a little bit more time than the previous system. So yeah, that's something I kind of noticed. Anyway, another reason why I bought this particular notebook is, well, not only for its form factor, that I really got tired of the 15-inch. That's how heavy it was, and you know, having to carry bigger power brick, whereas this one is just really tiny and tiny form factor. That means I can just squeeze more equipment into my camera bags. But yeah, this one also has a longer battery life than my previous MacBook Pro. Of course, from the video editing standpoint as well as photo editing standpoint, with a little bit of watching videos here and there, the battery life will definitely be probably around 10 hours or slightly under 10 hours. Why is it taking so long? I'm really not sure. Despite my trauma about the insurance company, I actually bought the same insurance, albeit with a little bit more coverage and a little bit longer time period for this MacBook Air. Simply because I just feel like it's still nice to have insurance. So with the previous computer that was stolen, the company didn't really pay back the money simply because they were like, oh, but that's for mobile devices and tablets, things like that. And I clearly wrote to them that I bought the insurance under computer insurance, and the section that they should cover was actually section 2.4, and they were using the excuse from section 3.0 against the reasoning, like against my claim. So yeah, it just, I don't know, they weren't really accepting in anything, so I got a little bit like trauma by that. Not really trauma, but like annoyed and stressed out and angry by their responses and everything. But in the same time, for definitely, if it weren't stolen and if it were to like just break down, like technically break down, they would still cover it. So Apple Pay is still at its last step of setting up, well, the actual card rather. It's been doing this for the past 10 minutes, but anyway, I hope you can actually take something away from this video is that yes, the insurance will, you know, sometimes not cover things that it claims to, because they might have some sort of hidden terms and agreements where it doesn't show on the terms and agreements on the general page or on the home page or even on the buying page. So just be careful of that if you're picking out insurance. You know, I got unlucky with mine, but I also had successful insurance claims as well for other technical things. And I do recommend getting insurance still, because at the end of the day, they're still going to cover the cost, you know, up to the original price when you bought it. And the insurance I got for this is like 3 years long period insurance, whereas like, you know, like 3 years down the line, this computer will definitely lose a lot of its value already. So well, let's first hope that it will actually last the next 3 years with me, because I'm not easy on my equipment, because it's going to be editing a lot of work and everything. And I am looking forward to working on this computer, because it is going to be my main editing machine for quite some time to come. And yeah, also really look after your stuff, because like, it's not that I didn't look after my stuff, but you know, it's really a wake-up call to always be more attentive than how much I was already attentive. It was just that I was carrying more stuff than usually I would travel with, and it was just chaotic because many trains were cancelled, so there were more passengers than normal crammed into my train, and it was just harder to keep track of all of my luggages, things like that. But yeah, well, that event can't be rewind. And yeah, this is the result, that I'm getting I already got a new workstation and everything. I might do like an update video on what I think about it for both photography and video as like a one main workhorse computer, especially when this is only like a baseline model. Because most people tend to go for like the 16 gigs of RAM or the actual MacBook Pro with 16 gigs of RAM and everything maxed out. But since with the recent event of projects cancellation, my mom passing away, theft, and many more personal circumstances, that, you know, I cannot afford such high-end working station right now. But I do hope that this will work out for quite some time to come. Yeah, that's it really. If you need a free photography guidebook, the link is down in the description below. It's absolutely for free. No need to send me your email address. Just click and download. I will not bombard you with some sort of newsletter nonsense crap. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you can take away or learn something from this video. If not a lot, then a little. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it down in the comment section down below. I will do my best to answer them with the best knowledge I can. And stay safe, have fun shooting. Bye for now.